and doing some frog fishing. So stay tuned. Let's see if we can get on some topwater fish this morning. Starting out the day with my live target frog, and we're gonna go get to the back of this pond a little bit and start tossing it around some cattails. Let's see if we can find some big bass this morning. Some weather's moving in, looks like. It's cloudy now, it's a little bit breezy, but yeah, no rain yet. We'll see if the rain comes out and how strong it is. Hopefully it doesn't pick us off the water. No lightning or anything predicted, so hopefully that's not an issue either. But let's get fishing. This pond has a whole bunch of laydowns, a whole bunch of cattails, and yeah, on any given day, it kind of seems like they're holding to one or the other. You just have to fish around, see what they're holding on, kind of like any other day of fishing. Big old turtle up here. Of course, recording for an actual edited video here at the same time, so we'll be doing that for everybody that misses the live. Hear a frog croaking on the other side of the pond. That's always a good sign whenever we're frog fishing. Alright, just starting to move into some good stuff here. Again, just tossing the frog around. And yeah, most of the bass have been hanging out around these cattails, so I'm looking for cattails. If there's some wood mixed in, that's a good sign too. Yeah, on this certain little pond here, I find most luck around the cattails, away from spots that other people, or away from all the spots that everybody fishes. Of course, not everybody's got a kayak to access this stuff, so. Yeah, looks like I got one. And you don't see that every day. Green sunfish on the frog. That's a kind of a miracle that I actually hooked that fish. First fish of the day. Hopefully we can find something bigger than that. Cars are starting to show up. This is kind of a popular spot to catch bluegill and crappie and stuff like that. Of course, there are a good amount of bass fishermen too, but it seems to be a lot of people come here for the panfish. Good spot right up here. Good mixture of tails and some laydowns. So we gotta throw in the frog right up into that stuff. Hopefully we catch some good bass this morning and this doesn't turn into a really boring live. This is the first time I've ever gone live on Facebook, or sorry, on YouTube. I have gone live on Facebook before, but trying something a little bit different. YouTube today. A wider audience, definitely. throwing this guy right up to the bank. Lately I've been finding them in dirt shallow water. So yeah, tossing that frog up there. Working it around these laydowns and cattails and all that good stuff. For Colorado, there's some pretty decent bass in here too. Last week I was out here caught an 18 and a half, 17. It's kind of fishing pretty rough though that day. Lost a few good ones on the frog actually. But yeah, so far just the one little sunfish, and we'll keep plugging away here. Hopefully we get some big bass. Seems like it's going to be a good day for top water. It's cloudy. According to my phone, it should be raining here maybe in an hour or so. No lightning, so that's good. Yeah, these overcast conditions can usually make for a really good top water bite. Of course, I say that and I probably just jinx myself, but we got some other lures along as well. They really seem to like the jig in this little pond too, so if I can't get anything on the frog, I'll switch over to the jig and start pitching that around. But yeah, I really want to see if we can get on a frog bite today. I'm just at a little local pond. I don't really like to talk about the names of small bodies of water and stuff like that. Out here in Colorado, the lakes are just so pressured. Don't really want to add any extra pressure to it, but it is a popular spot, mostly for pan fishing. Other cars have already started showing up, but yeah, it's mostly pan fishing that people do here, crappie and bluegill. And I'm throwing a frog around, and once you know, I caught a green sunfish. That was the first fish I caught this morning. It's kind of a miracle that I actually hooked the green sunfish with the frog, but yeah, the frogs are croaking in the background. You probably can't hear it on the phone, but they are. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning. If you're not fishing, what you all doing? You all at work or what? And if so, you can live vicariously through me today. Yeah, so far a little bit disappointed. I know I've only been fishing for about 14 minutes or so, but I usually kind of expect a hot topwater bite right off the bat. Yeah, just the one little sunfish in a little, kind of a little cove area, I guess you could say. I actually, oh, there goes something. There was a big splash of something over there. I'm not sure what it was. Looked too big to be a bass, probably a carp. Yeah, just tossing the old Copper's live target. It's probably my favorite frog to toss around. This is the bigger one. I usually reach for that bigger one. I got the smaller ones too, but I don't really like to cast those with my heavy rod. It's harder to cast. Yeah, I've been loving the live scope. I'm still getting better at it. Still not the greatest, but sometimes it makes all the difference in the world. I was up at South Park earlier in the week, and I was fishing at Ontario. And the only way that I could get bit was by finding trout on the live scope and casting a tube directly to them. Of course, I didn't catch many fish. If you saw my short, you saw that I hooked a giant and he bulldogged me down to the weeds and broke off. But yeah, other people were getting skunked. There was one dude I talked to who said that it was the first time he's ever been skunked at that lake. And yeah, I only caught, I think, 2 on the day. And they would follow it in. They would not really commit. But yeah, without the live scope, I don't think I had a chance to catch anything that day. I still haven't unlocked the secret with bass fishing with it yet, though. There was the tournament where I did quite well, and I used the live scope to find a submerged weed edge that I could have found as well just by casting and feeling around, but it was easier to find with the live scope, so it helped in that case. But still have to get better at finding those roamers with bass and casting to those with the jig and minnow that everybody does so well with. But I'll get there, just not there yet. I'm gonna hit this corner over here, and then I'm gonna move off to the next spot. I have to pick that jig up pretty soon. Expected a better topwater bite this morning. Yeah, nothing yet. Better than that sunfish, of course. Making a little move here. This pond has some islands that you can really only access by float tube or kayak or something like that. So I'm going to move into some of that stuff. I find that a lot of the sport fishermen really put some pressure on everything else. So if you can get away from the crowds a little bit, fish spots that the sport fishermen can't. It seems like those are the spots that really hold the better fish. This spot looks really fishy. Got a mixture of cattails and some wood right here. It's a good sign. Well, that cattail just moved. I have had it before where you'll see the cattail move and a bass moves out of there. Comes up and hits your frog. That's exciting stuff. Oh, I had one. I had something on it. Let's get that in there. Got one. There's nothing like a frog bite. Nothing like a frog bite to wake you up in the morning. Here we go, number one. I guess it's number two if you count the sunfish from earlier. There he is, number two. I think that's a good spot as any to shut down this live for today. So thank you all for joining me. And until next time, we'll catch you later.